from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time we have got the latest beer from my local brewery. It's a bottle of Amarillo Gold from Saltaire Brewery, which is actually in Shipley, it's not actually in Saltaire. It's only about a 15-minute walk from my house. Is a brewery. Got a number of friends who work there. This is, as I said, one of their most recent releases. It went down really well, and that's why it became one of the latest additions to their bottle range. It's 4.4% ABV, as it says on the label. A pale straw clear wheat beer. I mean, it's not a Weiss beer, not a white beer. I mean, it's not a wheat, it's nothing like that. It's a wheat beer because, once again, I love it. Saltaire give a really good breakdown of the recipe on the back. You can get your percentages if you want to homebrew this. You could do it. So it's 77% wheat malt and then 23% pale malt, and it's hopped with Amarillo, obviously, and Magnum for bittering, then Amarillo for aroma and dry hop. Fantastic. Yeah, 4.4% ABV. I've had this once before. I just really struggled to find it on draft. It was, I mean, every time somebody told me about it, I think they've got new caps as well. I've never seen the branded caps, and Saltaire have changed their branding quite recently, as you can see. Gone are the days of Comic Sans, thankfully. I don't think I get a lot of stick for that, actually. Yeah, brand new glass, which I picked up at the brewery recently. I think the best place to get their beers online is probably Beer Ritz, actually. I think Zach's always liked some of Saltaire's beers. Yeah, gone is the fancy Spiegelau crystal glassware for this one. I thought, I mean, I've got the branded glass, so why not use it? So beer in the glass, as it said on the label, clear, pale, gold, very yellowy looking head, pure white froth, quite a frothy looking top, as you'd expect from a beer with a lot of wheat in it, stretching out those kind of molecules, I guess. So let's check out the aroma. It smells a lot like a good Pilsner in a lot of ways. I don't know if they say pale malt, but I don't know what type of pale malt that is. I don't know if it's lager malt, I don't know if it's like Optic or Golden Promise or something like that. There's a hint of lemon peel, fresh ginger, lemongrass. There's a slight kind of the tang of kind of metal, kind of clean metal. Yeah, it's not got the sweeter aspects of Amarillo. Maybe that's because I think the beers that really kind of like utilise Amarillo really nicely. There are a lot of American beers which do have a lot of kind of Munich malts, so a lot more sweeter malts. But this is very simple. Yeah, it does. I guess it is the backbone of that malt, which is making me think it is quite German in that sense. It smells nice. Anyway, let's dive in. Cheers. Lovely. A really nice, assertive hop bitterness, and it really comes at you quite quickly. Yeah, it's quite a pithy orange, bitter lemon, more bitter grapefruit. There is a sweetness in there. Not much though, not much at all. Yeah, kind of acacia honey, like that sweeter honey, but quite clean and crisp. Not a hell of a lot else going on there. The bitterness does grow, becomes quite prickly, slightly floral, and it hangs about. I mean, it does have quite a high level of bitterness. I guess because that wheat is so high, there's quite little malt character there. It's all about the hops, and it's primarily the bitterness. I don't know if, personally, I'd prefer a bit more kind of hops, kind of later in the boil, maybe in mid-boil, just so you get a bit more flavour out of it. I wonder if it's, I don't know what the filtration is on this. I don't know if it's actually filter or if it's the other one. Kind of gravity done. It's got centrifugal. I think that's it. Something like that. So now that's how a lot of the more established breweries, something like Brewdog do that, and a lot of American breweries definitely go down that route. The more you drink of it, less kind of sharp that bitterness is. Yeah, maybe a little bit soapy. It does have that kind of characteristic of if you get like perfume or deodorant smell, an aerosol at the back of your throat. It's that kind of dry, prickly bitterness. Really quaffable, as you'd expect. Yeah, I'm getting a mild hint of, I just got it then. Not quite fully, actually grapefruit just before it's getting ripe, not completely unripe, just as it's going, so it's still acidic, but you're still getting that nice little bit of fruity sweetness. Personally, I like Amarillo beers where it's all kind of orangey, sweet orange. A lot of those beers that I remember have that, but maybe it is, and I would imagine it is because of that that combination of just pale malt and wheat, lots of wheat. As far as the yeast goes, I think this is one of the least kind of affected. It doesn't seem to have very little kind of bearing on the flavour of this beer. The yeast is really clear. It's not imparted much characteristic at all. Maybe it's played a part in kind of how the Amarillo has taken on certain flavour characteristics. And it's nice. A really good summer supper with a good whack of bitterness. Probably the most bitter beer I've had from Saltaire in quite some time. Personally, I just like it a bit more fruity. But then again, it might not be a wheat beer then. It might just be American Pale Ale. Ignore me. Anyway, so that's a bottle of Amarillo Gold from Saltaire Brewery in Shipley, West Yorkshire, 4.4% ABV. Definitely worth checking out, and I'd say, personally, perfect draft ale, 4.4%. You can have as much of it as you like. Anyway, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. See you next time. Cheers.